Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to be doing a review on this 2013 Caprice PPV, specifically on the Torqstorm kit that me and my buddy installed about 3 weeks ago. So this video is just me review of the car, but mainly focused towards the Torqstorm, just because when I first bought this kit I was asking around, looking online. There's a few people that have them in the Caprice community, or at least that they put it out there, but I have not seen a review yet on YouTube, so here I am making a review for you guys. Make it easier for you guys whenever if you do decide to buy one of these. Easier to install, and some things that I didn't think about whenever I first bought the kit. Alright, so first thing, who'd I buy it from? I bought it from TPS Motorsports. The reason I bought it from them, it was about $4,400. You get the whole kit, intercooler, injectors. Well, the injectors were actually 80 bucks, but you get injectors, free Z01 fuel pump. Well, it's not free, you're paying for it, and then the oil catch can you see right here. So I thought that was the best price that I've seen for the Torqstorm. I think the Torqstorm by itself off the website is about 3,200 bucks. So that's without the intercooler, or piping. So with the TPS, I went with them just because the price is good. I'm cheap. So I saw it, I clicked buy, bought that thing. First problem I had, I guess, with their customer service is they never sent me a tracking number or anything for this. So it just randomly showed up on my door about 2 weeks after I bought it. Even though before I bought it, I hit the guy up, I said, hey, do you guys have any of these in stock before I buy it? Because I don't want to wait for this these COVID back orders. He said, yeah, there's one that'll be done by the end of the week for the 2013 Caprice. It should be shipped off by the end of the week. Obviously that didn't happen, so that was first bad customer service. Second part is they sent me the Torqstorm kit, they sent me nothing else. So I was still missing my injectors, my fuel pump, my intercooler, my piping, so I couldn't really do much. I had to hit them up, I said, hey, you guys didn't send me the full kit. He said, oh, my bad. He sent off the injectors and the fuel pump and the intercooler. I get it all. I'm like, dude, I don't have any intercooler piping. So I hit him up again. I said, hey, you didn't send me intercooler piping. He says, oh, my bad. So I had to wait another 3 to 4 days for all that to come in, which I prefer whenever I buy a kit to get everything together first before they just send it off to me. So enough about the TPS. The kit itself, if you're planning on ordering a Torqstorm kit, I recommend going with Mr. Bling Motorsports. I was looking at them. The only reason I didn't order from them was because when I first hit them up, I was impatient. TPS said they had it in stock. Mr. Bling didn't, so that's the reason I went with TPS. Looking back, I kind of wish that I did go with Mr. Bling, but I got it all set up now, so it's all good. But the reason I say go with Mr. Bling is that their intercooler kit is specifically made for the Caprice. So whenever I told TPS that they didn't send me intercooler piping, they said, okay, we're going to send specific intercooler piping for the Caprice. They show up and it's just some box from China, just some normal universal intercooler piping kit. I was pretty mad about that. And I ended up having to buy a couple of couplers. I had to buy 2 more 90-degree rubber couplers and a 3 to 4 inch coupler for the throttle body. So that was kind of a pain. The reason I say Mr. Bling, their intercooler kit's made for this car, and they already have the LS7 MAF bung welded on there, and it comes with the LS7 MAF and the conversion cable. The only downside with the Mr. Bling is it's a little more expensive, so I think it's $4,100, and you don't get a fuel pump or injectors or a catch can like I did with the TPS. The installation itself, I'm a Mustang guy, so the only reason I bought this kit, my buddy said he'll install it for me. So obviously I helped him install it a little bit, but mainly my buddy was the one putting it in there. But I was with him side by side watching him how much of a pain in the butt it was to install. Not so much the Supercharger, but the intercooler was my main problem. So here's my setup right here. I don't know if you can see that. So this is my setup right here. The intercooler's down there. So obviously that's not really where the map's supposed to go, but I have nowhere else really to replace it, or I didn't feel like buying an LS7 MAF, so I went with the stock MAF right here. I cut this off the air box, and this comes with the TPS, or not TPS, this just comes with a Torqstorm kit. It usually comes with a metal pipe that comes off of the turbo right here, and then it hooks up to that, but I rigged it up so I just used off the air box and then the MAF in there on the air filter. So I know that's a little funky. It sucks in hot air. And coming down, got the piping right here, did a 90, come down, more intercooler piping. The intercooler itself, obviously you can see where it's supposed to have a bracket, but my buddy, he's fucking, excuse my language, he's a wizard. So he basically pounded this in with a mallet, and let me see if I can get down on here. Let me see. So right there's this metal piece, and I don't know if it comes with every Caprice, but it had it for my push bar, and it's sitting right on that metal piece, and he jammed it in there, and it's a perfect fit. It's snug. And then to make sure that it wouldn't move anywhere, we put this metal bar right here that came with my car, so it's not going anywhere. I'm not worried about it moving. I know the Mr. Bling one seems a little easier, and it actually has the right brackets welded on the sides. So all you gotta do is just screw it on there and make sure it doesn't move anywhere. Moving up, basically the intercooler piping just goes down, comes up in the throttle body. Right here I got a IAT sensor welded on, along with a breakout harness for the stock MAF, so extends and goes there. What else? Oh, the blow-off valve. I don't know if you can see it down there. Yeah, right there, that's the blow-off valve. It's a big old blow-off valve, it's loud. Catch can, when I first installed it, this catch can right here, we had it routed wrong, and I'd be getting the infamous oil mist because the pressure was, the boost was going into the crankcase and causing some oil to come out the bottom of the dipstick. So to combat that, I rerouted it, plugged this hole down here. Where is it? It's right under the MAF. There's a hole that I plugged, and then back here, obviously the blow-off valve, it goes to the brake booster back there, and then there's a hole, it's hard to see, but it's right at the edge of my finger, down there on the top of the valve cover. Cap that off. So, and then I strongly recommend you buy one of these. You don't need both, but I'm doing both just to be safe. So the reason that I got that little breather right there, this one, I didn't really trust this one. It's a universal catch can that came with the TPS kit. I don't really trust it just because there's no check valve in it, so it's baffled, but it does the job a little bit. But I was still getting a little bit of oil mist coming out, so I bought this this oil cap breather right here from I think I'll link it in the description, but it was about 80 bucks. I think it's like MGP, something like that. And the reason I bought it, it's got a one-way check valve, so air's not going to get sucked in, it's only going to be pushed out, so I won't have a boost leak there. What else? Another thing about my car, I got a Circle D 3200 stall, stage 2 BTR truck cam, full DOD delete, lifter, springs, all that good stuff. Oh, I also forgot to say I have 80-pound injectors in here. I also did the ZL1 fuel pump in the back, just cut the hole right under the passenger seat, and I've been having a little bit of problems with it, just because we command 65 PSI, and at wide open throttle, high RPMs, the PSI, it's starting to drop from 65, which we want. It drops down to about 45. I've tried about everything I could to get it to stay at that 65 PSI, but for some reason it just doesn't want to go. I upped the voltage. I did the fuel pump control module for the tune for the ZL1. Nothing changed. So at this point, the only reason I'd see to fix it would be getting a new pump. Go on about the fuel pump, about the whole pressure dropping. It's not a big issue because when I hook the wideband up, we've had it where at wide open throttle I've never had to worry about it being lean. So I don't know what is up with the pressure, but it's not that big of a deal. We've had it where it dropped to the low 9s at wide open throttle, so the pressure's not a big issue. What else? I got a 327 Camaro gears, G8, Eibach lowering springs. I got the Camaro wheels off of I believe a 6th gen. I got full slotted drilled rotors. What else? Oh, I got Speed Engineering long tube headers, custom exhaust with M80 pipes, mufflers. Alright, so down to the real question. Do I recommend this kit? Would you get this kit versus an LSA or a Procharger or a Whipple? In my opinion, I love this kit. Driving around, this is my daily driver, so far I haven't had any issues with it. I'll knock on wood right here. So I do recommend it. The reason I recommend it, it's cheap. I wish that I bought from a different supplier, so I don't recommend TPS Motorsports. I recommend Mr. Bling, go with them. It's obviously a little bit more expensive, but you're going to save yourself a lot of heartache and extra money that you're going to spend to have to get the stuff that TPS doesn't provide. So get that, and then another huge part, which is the main selling point for me, is the lifetime warranty on it. That's the main reason I bought this kit. There's no other supercharger with a lifetime warranty, so I hope nothing goes wrong with it, but hey, if something ever does, I got that lifetime warranty. Do I recommend this kit if you're wanting to go really fast? No, I don't, because most people say this thing tops out at about 700 horsepower. My tuner, Charles Barber, he said they've got one person up to 650 horsepower with the Torqstorm, which is pretty good numbers. But I recommend getting a Whipple or an LSA. Everybody usually goes with the LSA. If you want to be boring, you get an LSA, go for it. But I've already had a Supercharger. I've had a Whipple Mustang. It was fun. I had that cool whine, but I wanted to sound like a jet. I'm obviously not as fast, but it's fast enough to give me that fun and still maintain daily drivability. With the Torqstorm on, 80-pound injector, 0-1 fuel pump, I'm averaging about 14 miles per gallon, mix of like 13 of city and highway. On the highway, I probably get about 14.7, which I mean isn't too bad. I think I'm only getting about 5 pounds of boost, but that's because I got the 3.25 pulley and honestly because of the air cleaner. So I'll give you guys a little insight on my interior. Honestly, the interior is like wish.com, but I didn't buy this car for the interior. It's a 9C1, so here it is. Got these, yeah, normal. Got the shit seats from the cops, the shitty rubber mats. I did some little DIY fake carbon fiber wrap on that little piece, just pulled it out. Got that 30 horsepower mod right there. That little turbo air freshener. Got the tap shift box from Tony Tolbert. Don't recommend Dustin Manning. Everybody's making memes about him on the Caprice pages because he never really responds to people when they bought their shift boxes from him. I got the freshly redone headliner. I got this thing. This thing was sagging pretty bad. What else? I got my radar detector right there, hardwired into the rear view mirror. I made a post about what wires to plug it into, what's the positive, what's the negative. Got this little Wish handheld or armrest right here. Got my Wish center console for the passengers, mainly for my girl, so she has somewhere to put her arm. What else? Moving in the back. Too cheap to buy some new rear panels, door panels, so I still got the metals on there. I got police bars. I'll pop them on there for a show. People get a kick out of it. And then what else? I got these nice leather seats right here that don't pull down, so that kind of sucks. Still rubber mats in the back. It's dirty. I got stuff in here. That's what it is. I got my Amazon $17 mod right there. Just sticks right on. It's honestly, it looks pretty good in my opinion. I was planning on just ripping it off, but I like how it turned out. So 17 bucks on Amazon. It's obviously fake carbon fiber, things like rubber, some shit like that. Then my Camaro rims, all that. Still got the hockey puck on here from the police. Too lazy to pull that off. Plug this hole right here. Used to be the light bar thing. Still got some marks from the light bar mount. Going in the back, got my 50 horsepower LSX badge. 100 horsepower right here, wrapped carbon fiber, and cover, obviously, so people don't read my license plate. And then here are the mufflers. They're kind of right here. This car has a really bad drone because I didn't know about the whole J-pipe thing. I was wondering why each axle back for this car had a J-pipe. I guess it keeps the drone out of the car, so maybe if down the line I'll get some J-pipes welded on, cut in, so I don't get any drone. And still got the spotlight. It works. I'm not gonna take it off. I like it. I got the Alto gray paint on it. It came like that. Got this car from Tallahassee, Florida. Got a couple antennas, one on top, one in the trunk, and then that's about it for the video. If you guys have any questions, comments, please drop them down below. Please ask me anything. I'll drop my Instagram down below. Hit me up on there also. I'm on my phone a lot, so I should respond pretty quickly. I hope this helped you guys out because I had a lot of questions when I was buying this, and no one has made a YouTube video on it yet. So hopefully the first person. That's it. See you guys later.